This is going to be my gameplay review for Galactic Grand Prix number 5, and this will be the Mirror Master League. Starting off with the Mini Prix, and I chose Goose. So there is a packed lobby full of all the best players. Joshua and Plan were hosts, so they crashed out so they could do all the announcing and commentating. Not exactly an optimal spot to use it, but you know, you're just playing it by ear and seeing what works. Got one of them. Make a pretty dangerous split between those reds there. I mean, so that wasn't too bad considering my first Skyway wasn't optimal. I'll take 23rd on that. Starting on the right side is bad enough, so I'm going to start really far behind. So the strategy I'm going to go for here is I'm going to try to build up sparks and get an early Skyway. I got pushed up pretty heavily, but I was still getting sparks. There we go, I'm out of here. And I just completely butchered that turn, so now there's a new game plan to build up a new Skyway. not getting that gold was a problem. And I'm just not picking up sparks. And I got trolled there, I missed that. So I just missed several golds, and I mean, this is just as bad as it could get. Luckily I was able to gain a couple places there, but I mean, you can see just a few things fell apart. I couldn't front run, so getting a secondary Skyway would have been fine, but I also butchered that. So if I would have got that second Skyway without the mishaps of missing the golds and stuff, it would have been really a fine race. But, you know, just I probably should have really targeted the golds heavier, but they just eluded me a little bit. That's a lot of points to miss out since the mini Prix are double if you survive, so I lost a ton of points due to just like not being able to graze a gold. I went outside the refiller there a bit and didn't pick up as much energy refill as I could have. And this is kind of where it falls apart. I mean, maybe I should have just skipped the refiller and just went straight for the gold, since you don't really refill much as the goose anyways. Now I'm just bonking, and it's not going to get the sparks I want. At least I got it there. So I mean, really a bailout. And again, it was just Skyway management just didn't go well for me. So I survived it, so I still get the double points, but it was really not a good performance there. And just to kind of talk about Whiteland more, it's kind of gets brought up a lot in the Discord chat, is just that course is still like a secret course and it's not under a practice. And the problem is I don't really get much exposure to that course. So I mess up that jump cut a lot. Like the very times I do get to play it when I'm streaming, you can see like I just butcher that. Just because it's just, you know, it's just something you come across every once in a while and you haven't really ever gotten it down well. So that's what happens. You just mess up the race, and then just like kind of not having that much exposure to white wind, you just make more mistakes than you normally would. Now let's go into Mirror Nightly. Really the objective of any of these GPs is just to survive. So I would like to have gotten the Skyway here, so I didn't have to do all this boost out to the side around the mines and use an unoptimal Skyway here, but that's how it goes. Unfortunately, I had to take that corner very poorly just because of how the patterns were. So I lost more time there. You can see how things are going. I could possibly rank out, see if I could get bailed out. Really would have liked to pick that up. So not great, 44th, but considering that race just really wasn't unraveling well for me, it was just kind of unoptimal. Like, you're just kind of glad you're out of there. 44th isn't as bad as you can do, so would have liked to have gotten some KOs along the way if you're doing if you're that low position, but on to the next race. Unfortunately, really wasn't getting the back bumps I wanted, so I had to double boost there. I ideally wanted to get the Skyway at the zipper part, but again, just kind of using what I can. Again, missing a gold there. Really like it the Skyway. Skyway and a KO. Skyway came late, but I mean that's not really that bad of a race. 23rd and a KO. It's just in these GDP events, you just end up not getting things where you want them. I'm kind of just mismanaging how the race is going, so I end up in unoptimal situations. But I mean, really nothing like bad is happening. It's just not optimal play. So that was good timing there. I got everything when I wanted. Safe first lap. Got pushed a little there and I couldn't turn as tight as I want. Go again. The KO and Skyway. Those are going really well this time. Whoa, there it is, but getting the red. So now I'm going to lose a boost, which really would have carried me out the front run in the rest of the race. The only good thing is now I don't have to deal with the worst red pattern up here. I'll kind of hit it right here instead of around the zipper. So unfortunately I did, you know, I potentially maybe could have got first that race, but maybe I just would have butchered it and would have been crashed out myself, but I guess you take the results are and you go on to the next race. I wonder how many geese are in this race. Are there any stingrays that are going to try to survive? I see a shoe in there. see how dense this pack is. Can't risk anything. Get out of here as soon as possible. Get a triple zipper. Don't want to risk not boosting there. And I actually should have boosted earlier there. So that was... It all went downhill after I hit that blue, and maybe I could have survived without boosting if I didn't hit the blue, but let's check that out again. So I'm going to take the inside, obviously, but you can see there's just 3 blues up there, or 4 actually. And this one is going to hang on the inside. And then, yeah, I mean, actually I was boosting through, so I didn't lose too much, but I lost some health. So, overall, I should have just boosted again. Then how much energy would I have had? Yeah, I should have boosted right there, but instead they got ahead of me, so it was just mostly, I guess, me just not boosting urgently as much as trying to finish the race with no energy, and that's what sometimes you just have to do. So I guess I could have just went into the last lap with the hopes of skywing out of it and not going into a power down state. So I think that's just something if I would have done again, just watching it a few times over, that, you know, I just would have took the risk of being at 0 health and trying to accumulate a skyway rather than just hoping you don't rank out. And that's how Deathwind goes, though. You gamble with energy, and whatever happens, it's really easy to rank out. Everyone's so tightly packed. It was probably just milliseconds. Plus, too, you can't really tell what's going on as if you're watching my Friday stream. Like, where you're at on the screen compared to other people just isn't real. So, trying to play the game of you see a certain number that you are, and you're not going to rank out because someone looks like they're behind you, but they really might be ahead of you. And if, like, you watched one of my finishes on Red Canyon on Friday, my entire vehicle was past the finish line, but somehow it registered me as crashing out before the finish line. So I mean, it's just stuff like that. So I guess you have to unfortunately just take an extra risk in this situation and boost through it. All right, and moving on to Mirror Queen with the disappointing early exit on Mirror Deathwind. Let's see if I can finish this one. Pushing through everyone here, so this is going to be a good start. I'm a little close to that explosion. I probably If you get hit by that blue explosion, it's devastating, so shouldn't be that careless around the blue. And again, bad skyway management here. So I'll carry it. I was eyeballing that gray, so I really wanted it, so that worked out well. So I'm going to use it here because I still have energy to boost, so I figured I'd try to get his head as early as possible. Unfortunately, I had to avoid the zipper because of the bumper pattern. But a pretty solid race there. It really helps a lot how good your opener is. Like starting like that, I could dictate and control more of what I do than starting on 7th, and you're kind of just in a panic the whole race. Checking out to see who's out. So you lose a lot of really good players right away. That's just like one of the big scares of Galactic Grand Prix is you rank out in mid-city, which a lot of players are going to end up doing. So I don't mind using that skyway there. Now I can pick up the sparks when everyone else uses their skyway. And I'm in good position here. There we go. Unfortunately missed the entry zipper, so I didn't get that. So if I would have hit the zipper on my entry to the skyway, I probably could have got the yeet. At least I have enough energy to kind of finish this race out. So not a very good place, just not a very good strong ending. I much rather preferred to kind of been more dangerous in the 3rd lap than get the 4th lap skyway, but survive the race. And that's a tough one. 4 towns on these Galactic Grand Prix are they're so dense and packed that just like the difference of places is just so tight. Now we play Mirror Red Canyon 1. So obviously the goal is to get the good skyward plays. Starting pretty far back here. This is dangerous. And I'm not going to get it, so I'm going to rush through this crowd to not rank out. It's very easy to rank out that first lap. So this is where you have to use your Skyway if you don't get the good Skyway spot. Hopefully you can get a secondary one. So if you use your Skyway here, it takes you through the secondary route, which is just slower. And again, panicking to get out of this. And luckily I was able to get the Skyway there in a decent spot. Get out of there. And nice little extension. So just kind of had to wing it there and push, because I started in the back. I didn't really get to play it how I wanted to, and but I was able to manage my way through it. And you can see if like how things are going. If I did actually make any driving mistakes there, like especially like hit red or just have too much of a slowdown, like you're a goner. You're gonna get ranked out. So. Just getting to the next race is good enough. Since I was ahead, I was trying to conserve it, my energy, but I ended up having to use a boost there anyway, just because people are catching up too easily. No rush, so I'm actually going to hold the boost this lap. And I got tossed there and it really messed me up. So I lost a boost in time because I was just like slightly hit a jar. Luckily I was able to get ahead of that red wave. And the UFO. That's the end of the race for sure. So I don't even bother racing. So, have you watched my streams in the past year or so? I don't think in a race I've ever been UFO'd. it's just not something that a mistake that I make, at least when I'm not just goofing around. So it was just really bizarre when I did that. I'm like, I can't believe I did that. It's just not something I do. I'm not sure if it was the effects of being in this event, or I was just kind of having a weird day. I try not to make external, excuses for stuff, but that was just abnormal. I was doing some abnormal things in the Origins GP as well, where I'm just like, this isn't how I play. Like, what's going on here? So it's just one of those days, and unfortunately, you do something you don't normally do, and it's in an event like this where it's the last place you want it to happen. But I made it to a Whiteland 1, so at least it wasn't as bad as it could be. I mean, really the things you dread more is ranking out, like in the first, obviously in the Mute City rank out, and just on from there. Like, I made it to the 4th race, but that was it's like a race you just like tossed away because like of something that's simple that you never do, but it happened. Then let's move on to Mere King. So far I'm not really happy with my performance. I'd say I'm underperforming, and I really want to get through a GP here. Because I mean, even though I got through the mini Prix, it's a lot more lenient, and my performance in that just wasn't good. That was actually just like straight up bad driving and bad spark management. And then there's some ranking out on Mere Deathwind, and there's that Flubbin Mere Whiteland 1. So I really want to play well here. See how this goes. So at least that part was smooth. Got through the double zippers without much fuss. Now I'm just going to play really safe. Again, that's not where you want to use it. I probably should have even used it towards the end of the lap. Because you get that zipper, then it goes around the bend. Picking up the KO. Now I'll try to get the spark pad. Got some of them, but I didn't pick up full speed. So again, it's just getting stuck in really bad spark management situations. And on Mute City, you can't be affording to not use optimal skyways. You're not going to gain much ground in anyone. So luckily I was able to pick up a KO at the end, because I mean it was just kind of just like nothing really optimal happened there. Just bad spark management and use of my skyways. So everyone was just gaining on me because they were using better skyways, but I was able to manage to get 2 KOs that race, and then hopefully I could use that to my advantage later on. Kind of surprised to see a Fox got 3rd place there. It's a pretty tough track to play well with Fox. Now that everyone is more familiar with the spark pad strategies. just kind of cutting through everyone there. That's just one of those good starts to get lucky with. Now I'm not taking chip damage, I'm just getting back bumps. It's just such an advantage to get those good starts. It's going to be easier to manage my sparks too. How dense that is. Give me the sparks. That's the advantage of being Goose. You kind of sit in those packs and it's not really that big of an appeal. And the zipper at the end. Now I'm in a great position here. Got a lot of energy. That got a little dangerous there, because that red blocks that zipper. And that fox went into power down, so I was able to just kind of edge him out at the end there. And take my first place of the event here. Some of those extra KOs really helped out. And just like that's really how much difference a race can make if you just start in a good position. I was able to just manage the race so much better than having to do unoptimal things because of my positioning. People hitting mines already. I was kind of deciding there if I should boost or not and try to get the sparks. I didn't think I'd be able to skyway out of it though. And then you can really easily rank out in first lap. So that just, unfortunately my driving was a little off. I lost some time that way. I should have picked up that gray on the side there. I was just kind of sitting there. Town 2 Skyways is really good. And I'm a front runner. The only problem now is the wave of Skyways after me is going to catch up. Light blues, self-detonating, that's good to see. Especially the Stingray squad right there. I'm not going to see them ever again. Not with down Port Town 2. So unfortunately, a little sloppiness there. the barrier of cut, but I was just kind of being extra safe, more safe than I probably needed to be just to finish the race. So I could have played a little harder and got a better position. But if you make a mistake there, if you hit a red basically in the magnet zone there, you're out of the race. Because if I got left with not being able to use a boost after that, like everyone would just plow through you. This was more of a survival tactic. If that was like a 959, I wouldn't, like, you know, you can just go all out. But it's just kind of in survival mode. Another really good start. And the reason why it's so important here is I don't have to be in the dense pack. Like, I'm easily cutting through these mines, no worry. That's where I got out. The last event with Stingray, I just I hit mines there, and a lot of bad things happened along the way. You can get the extension here just like regular Red Canyon. So now I'm still in good position. See, the extra energy really coming into play here. Luckily, I was able to still survive that. Maybe I could have boosted at the end. The problem is I don't really know what the pattern was. And if I boosted into a pattern that I couldn't have been able to make the cut easily, I felt like I could have crashed out easily there and missed the ramp. So instead, I knew if I just played it safe, I would make it. But I potentially could have had a first there. But I made it to the finale, you know, and that's the goal. Unfortunately, that Mute City really hurts my ranking. If I didn't have that, it would have been a really good GP so far. Bad wall bump there. I think I'm a little too much sparks than I want to. Ideally, I'd want the 4th lap Skyway. Push these people out of the way. So at least I didn't get the Skyway right here, and I'm able to kind of play this out better. Fortunately, I got sparks here. I slowly drive my way out of this lap. Refiller skip, got enough energy to pull that off. Unfortunately, Nag is in front here, which messes up the bumper patterns. First place has much better bumper pattern. You didn't get ahead of it in time. And I think I should have maybe boosted a little earlier, but I wall bonked and just kind of threw away the run there. That could have been another first place, really. It was just, I didn't execute the end there properly. But I could have just pushed it as hard as I can. The one thing I was afraid of, though, sometimes there's a red pattern that is perfectly timed. The reds past that part before the last section with the bumpers. And you end up having to make this cut that's just too difficult to do consistently. So that's what I was afraid of and why I held back a little bit. But really, if I just had a good Mute City, I mean, I potentially could have even won that. I mean, 50th place that's a hard hit to your points. And so overall, you know, I was pretty satisfied with that. I survived and I got a few KOs along the way and had good starts. And you can see how much of a difference that makes. Is just your races just are a lot easier. You can manage them easier. And just you don't get as much chip damage. So I mean, it's just it's a kind of an unfortunate thing that just the luck of the RNG start. It's like if you get a good start, and that dictates a lot, especially when there's everyone near the same skill level. I mean, it's kind of tough to gain on someone when they have that advantage over you. They don't have to use their boost and you're going to chip down. So you can see the differences there. So luckily I was the one who benefited from the good starts that time, and I was able to finish out King. Moving on to the last GP, we're doing Ace, even though this was the Mirror Masters. And so it's like, but why wouldn't you play Ace? So here we go. So just like I was previously talking about how the start dictates a lot, Mute City 4 is heavily dependent on the start. So let's see what I can do here. Kind of dragging behind. 80th place start. That is not good. It's going to be really difficult to make any progress this race. I've had to use way more boost than I want, and I'm still at like 70th place. Trying to pick up Grays along the way, it really helps. If you're a Goose and you could pick up KOs on this track, it's such a huge advantage for the rest of the GG. Unfortunately, with this many good players, they're just going to evaporate. Not getting as much sparks as them on. It really would have been nice to get it in the same spot I used it in the first time. I could try to even pick up that one. I'm just like, I'm behind. Might as well try, but couldn't get it. So that's just what happens. You start in 80th place and you don't really make any ground. Maybe if I would have got a better second Skyway earlier. Or if you're lucky, you get a player KO, but I mean, it's just what happens. It's just kind of like... That's why it's just considered one of the worst tracks in the game. There's just too much like randomness and luck involved. Just when it's not really a skill track. Everything's going fine so far. Just playing for double Skyway. That hurts. That's what I was talking about earlier with a Goose in this track. You get dragged into those corners by the bumpers. You need to boost out of it. It just sucks. You lose time and energy. And right there, I was trying to hopefully get back bumps to preserve boost, but I just wasn't getting anything. Those people were just pushing through me. So a lot of bad cornering this one. It's going to be really low energy going into the last lap. I was glad I got the extension at least. So considering that really wasn't that good, I at least got some Skyways in some good places. Unfortunately, just my cornering just wasn't good. I don't like how the corners went, and would have liked to have picked up KOs. Fox is doing really well so far. might be safe to hold that skyway, so at least I get to use it here. Actually, I'm going to hold it this time. So I want to play safe. And I skipped the double jump just because sometimes you just miss it. So I figured if I used the skyway at the end, I could just finish it out. Who knows what I could have done if I used it what I normally would have used it, but I finished the race, and I guess that's fine. That's just kind of what I guess that's why I held it. So I completely botched my Sandstorm 2 in the Origins category earlier in the day. So I'm going to adjust my strategy here. And this kind of, it's unfortunate I have 0 KOs going into this one. As you know, some people are loaded, and that's going to be hard to fight against. I barely got that zipper. That would have been probably game over if I didn't get that. So my goal this time was just to utilize a first lap skyway, because on when we did the original GP, I didn't get it. Then I ended up flywaying myself when I got pushed at the end, and put me into a bad position to launch my skyway. That's how I got out. So this time much better. I'm just going to drive normally to try to pick up a second skyway. That's where like the bad cornering comes in, where you just kind of get knocked around a little bit, and even boosting out of the bad situations, you kind of just like tumble around the course. I should be able to get a skyway. KO and skyway. That's how you finish the race. So this makes a huge difference. Getting the first lap skyway, it just like it puts you in such a good position to play out the rest of the race. Even with making some bad driving mistakes, I was still able to just work my way, pick up sparks along the way, and get a fourth lap skyway to finish the race. Now Silence 2. It's like always making your bets of how many players are gonna crash out here. I mean, sometimes it gets ridiculous and like 7 players crash out. So even though Mag crashed out there, I have no idea what even happened from. So even though I was one of the front runners, I'm actually going to play for the skyway, which I wouldn't normally do. But I'm just using it as a survival tactic instead of taking a higher risk and playing more aggressive. So I'm just kind of taking my time, and I'll pick up some sparks along the way. if I had 3 KOs though, I would have front ran it. I just didn't want to take the bet of trying that with 1. Here we go. There's a sparks. So I guess not necessarily a high intensity race, more of just celebratory skyway to finish the GP. So I'll take that, because I know if I was kind of just a little upset that I ranked out and in ways I couldn't have in Knight and Queen. I just wanted to finish this out. Crashing out would have been devastating to my overall GPs. Finishing out well on King and Ace kind of felt like a better way to finish a GP. There it is, all the people who joined. So that was, let's see, how'd that finish? So I mean, that's crazy. Just, I mean, second place is right down to 882. Misa finished strong. I feel like Falcons actually have been doing better than they originally were. Falcons, when Ace first came out, like I didn't see them ever winning. Now I feel like they gotten a hang of Ace better, and Kleiman's really good at Ace. It performed well here, but otherwise it's still Goose City all around for the most part on these type of events where, I mean, it's just so beneficial. Like you get knocked around a little bit, especially with some back bumps and around some corners on like the sandstorm courses. But I mean, Goose is just so much easier to use in these events. And I mean, you can have potential breakaways with Stingray now that's kind of upgraded, and there's some higher potential there. But I went with Goose, kind of just like how I was feeling. I don't really stay practiced that much. I play this game pretty much just Friday and Saturday, so I didn't feel like I was prepared enough with any of the other machines to take on an event like this. It would have been nice to get like Stingray kind of a redo, since the last time I used it, it was like by far the worst machine, and now it got so many upgrades. But an event like this, still using Stingray is putting yourself at disadvantage, unless if you're really if you're able to perform really well with it. And if you're winning like 959s, it may not even be enough. You have to be winning like the flan lobbies with Stingray if you want to really perform well on a lobby like this. So I mean, overall, really, if we're doing events, I should probably practice more, because I feel like when we played the original GP in the morning, my experience of this type of lobbies was really a hindrance to my performance. And even some here, I improved a little bit and kind of modified my strategies to adjust to the bad things that happened in the morning. But if I could just get a chance to play more on the fine lobbies, you can learn some of those things ahead of time before you go into an event like this. And just to do the other machines, I'm not really trying to win anything here at this point. I know I'm kind of just happy that I'm still able to play at like long contend in the Masters League in like the highest part, with not having to play this game consistently when I'm still like focusing on other games like my monkey ball addiction. So I'm able to still weave back in on the weekends and have the 99 fun and play in those events in the GAT lobbies, and that's really fun. But those lobbies don't compare to this. This is a whole nother thing. Like, you can still make mistakes, especially in 959s. they're kind of just like they're inconsistent, and it's they can either be like mid-level difficulty, which are usually top heavy, like you'll get like 10 good players, but even though there's like a full lobby, really, it's just like there's a few master level players. So the strategies are even a little bit different in there than really the go-to place. The most fun GPs in my week are always in uh, the GAT lobbies, so I really enjoy those. You have to play against the players you don't see often because of the time zones. So that'll just kind of be next time there's an event. I like just playing different machines. I don't really care too much about the outcome. The Stingray Challenger, maybe even picking up Fox. Maybe there'll be the Fox to patch coming up for 1.6 to put Fox backs in the mix, because you can see it just gets completely outperformed here. Even the best Foxes in the world just it's just they're too prone to just small errors which take out Fox like in a dramatic fashion. So it's especially with the more blues and all that stuff, it's just it's too much to ask for that machine, and it desperately needs some defense buffs. And like I mentioned before, lower the skyway, maybe even a little bit lower than I mentioned before, just so it doesn't have to stay in the pack as long, because it's completely unfair for a Fox to be in the pack. It's not how it's meant to be played. So the game balance just needs to be altered a little bit. But yeah, so that wraps things up for this event. And like always, I mean, to put something like this together is quite awesome, to be a part of the community that does something, and to have the commentator Jorshima do all that and put together that channel with the multi-view. That was a lot of fun, and the commentary. So it's like its whole thing now, and it's what's keeping us all playing these really fun events. And luckily, this game didn't die yet, so the developers always added new stuff. Like Ace was a surprise, and really a great surprise. It added so much. Like this Ace League really added a ton to the game, and it keeps you playing. And they'll keep on adding new stuff that always keep you wanting more of 99. So hopefully soon we all want another winter event. Hopefully that comes at the end of this year, and then we'll go from there.